Good evening and welcome to Being Black on Craft, where we don't apologize for recognizing our influence on craft beer. This is Angie, the undeniable vixen, your host, and we are coming to you live on a random Friday. Why do you ask? Because I just didn't get a chance to do it in 2025. No, actually, I had an amazing conversation with a liquor connoisseur, that duo. We had amazing conversation. We were just vibing and everything. And guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to hit record. So they will be back, because one thing I can tell you is that they are planning to come out with their own gin, and gin and a vodka. The gin sounded really amazing. It was a little different. So I'm gonna have them back when I get a hand on a bottle of that gin to try out, and then do my thing. But usually I introduce the guest a little later on, because we have beer news, but we're doing a little bit something different. So I want to go ahead and welcome Ashlie Randolph, as you can see here, who is my ace boon coon, my
Yeah,
guy.
I think I can claim you on my taxes at this point.
I just, this has just been really kind of a crazy kind of year for 2025 and going up into 2026. And I'm also trying to, I don't know, I thought I hit the button to go live on Instagram, and then I closed it out. So I'm trying to get it back open. So I'm trying to do that too while as I banter. What I wanted to get Ashlie on the line, and I guess this is like basically our phone conversation, but everybody else is going to hear it.
Oh, do we have insurance for that? I don't think we do.
It's going to be very PG. It's going to be very
Okay.
PG for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
For sure. It'll just be, just some highlights of things. Not
Reminiscing.
yes. So as I said, looking back and facing the future is what I was wanting to do. There we go. Instagram. So what we did for 2025, we traveled, like, for real. We were in the streets for real. And let's see. And I need to see if I can go back here and share. Yeah, okay. Let me go ahead and share some highlights. But overall, how do you think our experience was, as far as how did you feel as far as like the traveling that we did?
The traveling itself was fine. At the risk of jinxing it, I think you're probably one of the easiest people I've ever traveled with. And it made the year go by faster for me. It gave me things to look forward to. And you and I are connected on so many different wavelengths, but our shared love of Blue Eyed Soul is really what propelled us around the globe in 2025. So almost everywhere we stayed was more than fine. Met some incredible people, got to take a lot of, bucket lists. For you, it was Simply Red. For me, it was Jamiroquai. I think I embarrassed you that night a little bit, but that's okay. But it was definitely the highlight of the year, was getting together with you, seeing the world, tapping into our collective and individual memories just by listening to music. So it was a great year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was really good. It was like one of the things that I've always wanted to do was because I have a friend who lives here, and it takes nothing for her to get on a plane and go and see her favorite artist. And I say, I've always wanted to do that. So I got to do it 3 times last year. So that was really great. So let me see if I can go ahead and see if can you see the screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this is one of the first stops that we had when we were in Mexico.
That was a really important day. Sorry to cut you
Yeah,
off, but my
no,
life kind of changed on that day.
in what way?
You don't remember? That was the day I made an offer, a very special top secret.
Oh, yes. That's
So
right.
while we were riding around taking in the sights of Mexico City, I was busy sending things to people to try to make some stuff happen. That was a good
Yes.
one.
Mover and shaker. Always. Mover and shaker. But yeah, the Mexico City, if if you've never been to Mexico City, you are doing yourself a disservice by not going. It was I really really enjoyed myself. As far as the flexibility of getting around, the very inexpensive food that was absolutely delicious, and then their love for Simply Red because they were there for 2 nights or 3 nights.
It was like the whole week.
Yeah,
It was the whole week, I feel like.
they were. I mean, they were in there. I was really surprised, and to have
It
so
was
many, it
packed.
was full. Yes.
And interestingly enough, I didn't see too many other chocolate drops besides us. So I felt like we showed up and represented for a very, very important demographic that night.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because
But
it was like,
before we talk about the concert, can we talk about the pre-party at that restaurant across the street?
oh, do I have a picture of that? Let's see. Let me see. Nope, I don't. I was thinking I had a picture of that. But yes, that was wonderful. Go ahead.
For me, it was great because being a very picky vegetarian, majority of my meals are going to be some type of like potato and some type of vegetable. Really uneventful, but that server we had that night was phenomenal, and that man would
Mhm.
not leave the table until I ordered something that he knew I would be super, super pleased with. And I had a beet, not beef, but beet carpaccio that night. That was incredible.
Which I was like, okay, okay. And that to me, like beats are not something that I gravitate to, but I had like you had that, but I had something else that was with
It was either the soup. I think it was a soup that you really liked that night.
mhm. It was really hot. Yeah, I was like, I'm liking this, but I mean, it is like burning my tongue, but it was really, really good. The cocktails were nice. The ambiance was nice.
Incredible.
I
Like in
really,
one corner, you had the TOs playing dominoes. I don't know if you remember that. And then you had like some Eurovision type thing happening on the TVs, lots of
mhm.
little dates. It was a really great location.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was just walking distance. We just walked across the street to the venue, and it was like a
It's arena.
concert hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. But that was and this picture is a picture of the penthouse that we stayed at that had like a little rooftop thing situation, which I really liked.
That was probably one of my favorite Airbnbs like I've ever stayed in. Just the location, easy getting around, the great utilization of like inside, outside space for entertaining.
Mhm.
I would definitely stay there in Mexico City again for sure.
Yeah. And then that is the next concert. That's
Well, hold up. I'm
going
sorry.
into the next concert. I went too fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I was trying, I have so many pictures. So it's like, whoa, wait, that's too fast. Okay, let me back up. So got to the concert, enjoyed the concert. It was absolutely wonderful. Sang all the hits, sang the songs that I wanted him to sing.
And
And
Angie knew every word, did not miss a one.
oh
But
my
you had
God.
some competition though behind us.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did, because it was towards the end. I was like, okay, he's got to sing the song. And if you know something, Red, you know the song. It's like,
Yeah.
and somebody was very, very upset because it was like, because they had already did their good nights. And it was like they have to do a curtain call. And he was screaming, it's like, you've got to sing this song. You got to sing our song. And I was like, I agree with him. Very much so. Very much so.
And I'm sorry, at a certain point, I'm not going to say age, at a certain point, you've been to enough concerts. You know, the first good night is never the last good night. It
Right.
never is.
Right. You have to be patient. You have to be patient, especially if you know, kind of like no, if you're really seasoned, like one of my friends, she already has a set list.
See, I don't like that. I feel like it's cheating. For me, I like that surprise. I love that. Are they going to play my favorite song? Am I going to have to sit here and, bear my least favorite song? Like, I love that element. When you have the set list already, the only time I've ever checked the set list ahead of time was on Tyler, the Creator's Chromatopia tour, because I wanted to see how far down the list my favorite song was. And unfortunately, I missed it because I had to run to get to the airport to come hang out with you in the 2025 Pink Boots Board in Houston.
Oh man, well that sucks. But yeah, but that was a wonderful time, and I think you actually left before I did.
Yeah, I did. I left that morning.
Yeah, but it was so simple to move around, even if you don't speak the language. I still highly recommend Mexico City.
Yeah. But hold on. Are you going to talk about Xochimilco?
Is that the bar? The
No,
bar?
that was where we went on the boat for the day and did the loteria and had all the shots, and I got electrocuted willingly. You forgot all of that?
I don't think I put that picture in there. But yeah,
Oh man.
when we had the loteria, right?
Yeah, and you became the
Yeah.
queen of the scorpion shots that day.
Oh my gosh, no, I didn't. I almost drowned myself. That's what happened. I almost drowned myself trying to do a shot in the same in the vein of how they said to do it. And it's like, no, I should have just said no. Had
Nah,
y'all
there was no way. So to loop you all in, we booked a day trip through Airbnb Experiences. Highly recommend that option. And there's this system of canals called Xochimilco. But what you do is you basically, it's almost kind of like a party bus on a little canal, and you get on your boat and you have your friends. I think we have like 4 or 5 different types of local drinks there in Mexico. They had all the snacks. We played all the party games. And it just is a really neat experience because you've got your own party going on in your boat. And then you have the elote man rolling up next to you, and you get your food there. And then here comes the mariachi band. And then here comes another boat with a bigger party than you. It's just a really great way to spend the day. So if you're ever in Mexico City, please make sure that you have that experience. And look for the one on Airbnb, especially if you are a passionate fan of fermentation like Angie and I.
Yes, and it was basically college kids that were running the little thing. So that tip really did probably went far for them, trying to help them out. And then we also got blessed.
Olympia. We started with Olympia. Or no, that was maybe day two. Day two. Yeah.
Because we did the hop on, hop off bus.
You're right. It was day 2 that we did the Olympia, I think. Who knows? But yes.
And that was nice.
That was a whole experience. So this is my second time being to Mexico City. And the first time I went and had Olympia or a spiritual cleanse by a shaman there. And I was like, Angie, I don't care what else we do in Mexico, but I have to get this Olympia. So we looked for about what, 30, 40 minutes, Angie, and then just kind of said,
this
forget
way,
it.
no, go that way, go this way.
Yeah. So we went and had a local craft beer at a hostel. And then we said, well, let's try it one more time before we head out. And that shaman was just literally setting up business. I think we were like his second clients of the day. But what impressed me was not only did I get a spiritual cleanse, I got a whole chiropractic adjustment. But I made Angie go first to make sure it was safe.
See? Oh, is that what happened? Oh, I thought you was just being courteous. Okay. Well, he didn't lift me off the ground like he did you.
No.
I mean, but my toes went, a little bit up, but no.
And that was your first spiritual cleanse, right?
Yes.
Never, so from that side of it, what did you think about it?
It was really interesting. As far as like, as then the language barrier a little bit. But it was really interesting as far as the different aspects, the whole thing as far as like the steps that he was taking and seeing, I would like to have known maybe what he said. But other than that, and I think the cool part was the burning,
the purification ring of fire. That was cool. Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. It was like, stamp it out, get it out. Like,
not that we were running through the ring of fire, just to be clear. It was around us.
Yeah, it was around us, and it was just like, that's what I'm trying to remember. He was like, to stamp it out. Like
what he asked essentially was from head to toe, you go through and you shake off any sickness, any negative energy, and then shake it on the ground. And then he poured a ring of alcohol around it and lit it. And that was the purification, getting rid of that gunk we didn't need on us.
Yeah. And that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. Well, any other highlights from Mexico City other than, and then we met some people.
Yeah, I was going to say that was probably one of the bigger highlights is we were able to support 5 Mexican American women that were working in craft beer and joining Pink Boots. So that was a great day.
Yes, that was really cool. I had the best tacos in my whole life. I was like, I need some to go. And then in the middle of that, had some good craft beer, and then we met one person was just like, and so on. Like, oh, do you know somebody else? Well, I do know somebody else. And do you know somebody else? I know somebody else. So that was really cool.
Yeah. I just love Mexico City. I can't wait to go back. Like I'm debating if I want to go back in March to see Tyler. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. So my next thing, because since I already alluded to it, the next trip was for me, I got on a plane and went to Las Vegas to go and see Kendrick because, and I'm sure I probably discussed this before on the show, the tickets that I had here for Dallas, I got bamboozled some kind of way. They got there was some type of glitch and the tickets were bogus, and a couple of people got duped like that through not Ticketmaster, but StubHub. Yeah. So I just ended up getting tickets. I wanted to actually see Kendrick. I wanted to try to see Kendrick twice, but I got to see him once, and that was good. And then I was like, well, I'm just thinking to myself, I was like, because I didn't think Ashley was even remotely interested at all. I was like,
fooled you.
I was like, oh, just drop me off, or I'm just coming. I'll just give me the little places to be. Just like, well, how much are tickets? Well, it was like, God damn.
Don't do me like that. But yes.
I said, "Hey, it's Kendrick. I don't know what to tell you." But she was like, "Okay, I'm game. I'm game." So we got to
Not
go.
only that, I do like Kendrick. And if you are somebody that really truly knows me, you know, if I ever get married and walk down the aisle, it's going to be to a Kendrick song. So,
Yeah, so I was like, "Yay!" And it was uh since it was in Ashley's neck of the woods, she knew all the tricks of the trade as far as like where to park, making it easy, um, getting to the venue, and it was massive. To me, it was just massive.
yeah, the
But
Legion Stadium here in Vegas, it's a big venue.
yeah, but even with that, they had, the screens and everything. I could still see very clearly. Um,
But we had good seats. I felt
yeah,
like those.
those seats were good. Um, I'm thinking about the little family that was in front of us and the young girl, because we had the SZA was the opener,
No,
and
let's be fair. It was a very intertwined experience.
yes, it was, and I didn't really care for it
You mean
myself.
you weren't impressed with Anthony? Like,
No, I was not, and I like SZA, but I guess I put her on a back burner from the first album, and I didn't know she had changed into some Mother Nature animal ant vibe thing. I don't know what that is that she was doing. It was too much for me. And to see her grinding on this animatronic ant, and this little girl is sitting there with her with her family, like,
yeah.
it's like,
But in that family's defense, that little girl knew every Kendrick word. Did not miss a lick. So, you know.
yeah. So hey, she was enjoying herself, and that's what mattered. Daddy got her the t-shirt. Good for dad. And that would be all that I would want to.
But you
So
know what? That night was really interesting, and I guess that's what good artists do. They bring everybody together. There was such a hodgepodge of fans in there. Like, there was somebody sitting in front of us. I don't know if you remember. She would have like hot pink sequins cowboy get up, and she knew every word as well. And for
mm-hmm.
me, it was funny because Ashlie at work is a little bit different than Ashlie after work. And one of my colleagues, it's the same thing. And out of that huge, amazing stadium, we literally walk right into each other. So I kind of said, "Hey, you know who it is?" And she was like, "Yeah." Full disclosure, I technically am this person's boss. But because we look so different outside of the office, and we both had our stomachs out. So our running joke is, don't let nobody in the office know that we had our stomachs out. So that was a really special moment for me. And I think for her, it really solidified, like, oh, my boss is cool. My boss is good. I can be myself around my boss.
Mm-hmm. And that's good. That's good. That was the start of the blossoming.
Yes, it really was. Yeah.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed the concert. I thought it was great. I forgot what we had for dinner. I don't remember.
Oh, Viva las Arepas.
Oh, my favorite place.
Yeah, how could you forget? Yeah.
Oh yes, my yum yum yum. Yeah, I love that place.
Their
Yeah,
arepas are really good. Yeah.
they're really good. Let's see. I think after this one, because that's the only picture that I pulled.
You didn't take any pictures at Tap and Ash, the cigar bar?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay.
No, but we went, and that's when you had the audacity to ask.
Now don't do that. But go ahead, but don't do that.
No, you had the audacity, because anybody else would have been like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
they would
Yeah.
have talked, we would have just commiserated amongst each other about how much it is. But you
Well,
said, I'm going to ask to get to,
well,
for knowledge.
there you go. I was raised to be inquisitive and polite. Being curious and kind has yielded a lot of unintentional rewards for me, but being as passionate about the fermented beverage space as you and I are, Angie, like we don't just go into a place and just say, "Oh, I'll have this." We're looking at the service, we're looking at the glassware, we're in it. And it's funny that we're talking about that now because I just got that bottle back in my possession last night. But anyway, uh, I wanted to know what this liquor was because it was up on like the fourth or fifth shelf, Angie, and it was
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful hand blown dragon, and that was the vessel. And I had asked a couple people that worked there what it was, and they were just like, "What are you talking about? Like, why do you want to know that?" And finally, somebody was like, "Well, there's one of the owners. Go ask one of the owners." And so, me being my nerdy little, liquor person, I asked him, what is that? And he said he didn't really know, but hold on a second, I'll go get a ladder. He go and gets the ladder, comes back. So this is a huge spectacle at this point because, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's a spot, but it's not massive. And I'm like, oh gosh, what's happening? Um, and so he pulls it down and I'm like, okay, like, what is it? And he's like, oh, it's a Napoleon brandy. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, do you want it? And in my head, I'm calculating like, okay, how much money do I have to spend to like make this man not
Taste
give me?
it.
Yeah. And he was like, do you want it? And I was like, yeah. And I've already calculated in my head when I'm getting ready to put on my credit card. And he just gave it to me. No questions asked. And like everybody in that room where our table was, including the person I was with that night, was like, how did you make that happen? Like, what did you say to him? And I was like, I just asked a question and I was nice. And yeah. And
And what?
because I was inquisitive and kind, I reciprocated that energy with the people that were sitting next to us that we didn't even know who the hell they were. So there
Mhm.
you go. Encourage people to be curious and kind because you might benefit from it too.
Absolutely. Because that was a nice branding. It was, and I really appreciate that you were able to get that and show your kindness towards everyone else because everyone else was just like, wow, this is like, wow. So, yeah, that
Yeah.
was cool.
But I'm really a big believer, as like the cliche goes, you can't receive if you're holding on at the same time. So when things come to me that I'm not looking for, not expected, like how dare I try to keep that and not share it? That's the wrong vibes for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I Let me go to the next one. So, in the interim, Ashley's still in Las Vegas. I'm come back to Texas, and
I
then
I did go to Australia in between us reconnecting now.
oh, so you tell me more about Australia. I'm gonna talk about Spain like this. I went to Spain. And
No,
that's
you did a lot more than that. You drove in Spain.
yes, I drove in Spain. I uh, survived Spain. The trip, as far as like getting there and getting back, I was able to get there and get back, and everything was cool.
That was the adventure right there.
It really was. Um, and I that you can probably see that left leg looks like it's bigger than the other leg because we walked at least 6 miles a day, at least. So that was it. That was my highlight for Spain, and that was one of the best days when I was in my little dress and we had got to visit and everything. But shout out to Yolanda. She was my road dog for Spain. We went to go and celebrate someone's birthday. So yeah, that was cool. But tell me more about Australia now, because that was an extended another time that you went to one travel for music.
Yeah, I did. So I went to the University of Western Sydney. It's changed its name since then. But long story short, I went to college in Australia. Never planned on coming back to America, but the universe had other plans for me, so worked out. But I still keep in touch with my life there. But 16, 15-year-old Ashlie, when she really, really was able to start making moves, i.e., I was able to drive, there were a few CDs that just lived in my CD player. And one of them was, a few of them were Supergrass. And again, this year really was the year of like bucket ticks and, being nostalgic through music. So I was like, do I want to see them in London where they're from, where it's going to be crazy, or where else can I see them? And I saw that they had some dates in Australia, and I was like, okay, that's what we're going to do. So going to that concert set my dates, and then I connected. And, having lived in Australia, going through the whole migration process and all of that, there's a part of me that's always yearning to be in Australia because I had done a lot to make that my home. But long story short, it worked out well. So I got to catch up with one of my friends that I went to law school with, and that was amazing. And we were able to reminisce a little bit and hang out. I was able to connect with some newer friends that really were the first people to truly welcome me into craft beer. They just happened to be two Australians that moved to Las Vegas to help open a brewery. And that was really special to connect with them because they now have a little baby, and I can't believe she's more than 1 year old. And that is absolutely my new best friend. Love that little girl. And I caught up with another friend from university. It's weird how music is the through line of tonight because one of my oldest friends, he and I met at an R&B club when I was, 18, 19 years old. And not my scene traditionally, but I went with some other students. And it's just how weird music led me to being in a moment where I connected with somebody who had tried to connect with me 2 or 3 weeks before on the train. Now, we're both in our 40s and still friends because of music.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
But I
cool.
love Australia. It's definitely a really great place with really great people, in spite of things that happen the same as here in America. If you get the chance to go. You won't regret it.
I just think about the big spiders, big animals,
Be fine.
snakes.
Listen, where my campus was about an hour away from downtown Sydney, and we had all types of wildlife, specifically birds, which when you're getting in from the pub at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning is the last thing you want to hear. But our dorming at the time were 5-bedroom townhouses. They were co-ed, and I lived with 2 boys my first semester, and I was like the resident spider killer, lizard scooter outer. And I'm like, you're 1,000 times bigger than this thing. Just get it out of the way. You would be absolutely fine. It would be fine.
If you say so. Well, that gets us into our
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't talk about Supergrass other than I went for that show.
Yeah, I thought you was just gonna leave it at that. Go ahead.
No, my bad. May not be everybody's cup of tea, but if you have seen the opening sequence of Clueless, that is Supergrass. And so what I love about this band is, they've kind of done both. They've had that, like, everybody knows who we are. And then you have my, deep, 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 deep cut loving people. And it was very interesting because, again, not a lot of diversity in the crowd through no fault of anybody. But it was really funny. Here I am to a couple that's probably in their mid to late 50s, give or take, going from watching me being like, what are you doing here? How do you know this band? You don't know anything about this, to halfway through realizing I knew more lyrics than they did by the end, we were literally holding hands and singing to each other. Bizarre experience, but wonderful.
That's cool. Yeah. That's yeah, I only know the one song, but since you have made it such an interest and loving, like this is like so great, and you've talked about this band so much,
Yeah.
it makes you want to go and check them out.
Yeah. And I think that's what a good fan of anything does, right? Like if you connect it back to beer, which is what connected us to each other initially. If you do something, you're passionate about it, you give it your all, you try your best, that comes through. And I think especially when it comes to musicians as well, that's just how you connect. And I just can't say enough. And to be able to watch a band go from being young teenagers to going and growing up and becoming, quote unquote men and coming back together again and playing like they're 17 years old again. It was a wonderful thing.
That's cool. That's really wonderful. Thinking, so I went to Spain, you went to Australia, then we kind of made our way back, and the next trip is our trip that we went to start our trek to Amsterdam, but we first started in Belgium. So let's see what I got here.
And while you pull that up, I am just going to point out that the way this happened again was because of music, specifically Blue Eyed Soul. And so we just bought our Simply Red tickets. And I saw Jamiroquai was in the studio, and I said, Angie, I think Jamiroquai going to go on tour. You want to go to Europe to see Jamiroquai? And Angie,
he's not coming nowhere near here.
And Angie said, okay. So, yeah.
But I had overall, as far as the experience in Belgium, I'm trying to figure out where did I don't know. Between Belgium, I always say it wrong, Bruges, and Brixton.
Brussels.
I don't know as far as which one.
Bruges for me.
I like Bruges. That was cool. I liked getting there.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, we had a nice little train ride, but also I think what helped is that the Christmas markets had just kicked off at that time. So we had lots of sightseeing, lots of walking around. I think we had chocolate, hot chocolate, Belgian waffles, freeze. We did it all and had a great time. And I am not a holiday person like that. I'm very much a Scrooge, but the way that they had these little Christmas market setup was just so damn cute. Even I was like, Angie, you want to go ice skating? Let's go in here.
I was like,
Angie was having no parts.
No, ma'am. I do not, because I want to be able to go back home without being on a crutch.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's all I ask. So we went to Cantillon, and this was like a brewery tour,
but this is not just regular old brewery, though.
No, it's not. It is a massive history in Lambeth, and I really like. Let me get to the picture. I really liked our tour guide. Our tour guide was amazing.
Why I look like I'm fussing in that picture?
This is why I wanted to get to this picture of our tour guide. We had an amazing tour guide, and behind him is basically the ancestors all the way up to today, except for the one baby that was about to be born very, very soon, of the makers of the Cantillon. So how would you describe, what was what was one of your favorite ones? Because we had like a flight that they
Yeah.
let us sample. Was there one that stood out to you?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, they were all delicious,
Mm-hmm.
but in different ways. I don't think I wouldn't say a favorite, but definitely, and again, that's the beauty of caring about beer the way that we do. It's not just sitting there and drinking it, it's you evaluating it, analyzing it, saying, "Oh, this would taste amazing with this." Or, simple things like Angie didn't get a lot of head retention on one of her
Yes, I
pours.
was tut-tutted. I was tut-tutted very much so because I dared to wear lipstick. And he said, everyone come around. Please, please, please. Come see. Come see her glass. See her glass? It has no head on it. You know why? She has lipstick on. That's why.
And it really was just like that.
I was like, okay.
Our guide was great. Very knowledgeable, very passionate. He was fantastic.
Yeah, I think he was about to go on a rampage when we were talking about the growing your own vegetables, having your own place, your own area to grow your own product, and how they're really fighting against that. And they could go, I guess, from what I could understand, they could be more mass produced, but that is not the intent on how they make their lambics. And that's what makes them so special. So it is just, when it's gone, it's gone. In some of the different variations that they have. But I really did enjoy that, and being able to go to basically really take, because when you go to breweries, whatever, they'll show you the big tanks and all this, that, and the other. But we went into some cubbies, kind of like seeing the
whole operation, and nothing in that brewery is automatic. It's all manual.
Yes. And that lends me to, I can't think, please remind me of her name. I cannot think of her name.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
My brain just stopped.
It's
we had the most amazing time with a Pink Boots member who is from Pennsylvania. And she is now living there in
for like 7 years.
Yes. And she used to work for Cantillon. And that was one of the things, because it is so labor intensive.
Yeah.
She was doing something else, but she's going to be, she was our tour guide for that day, but that's what she's going to be doing.
She's transitioning into.
Yeah.
No, Colleen is amazing. You have a picture of us?
No, because I did not get the picture. The only thing that I have is when we were drinking.
No, they were in our shared folder. But anyway, this is how much me and Angie travel together.
I didn't pull it. The only thing I have is this.
These were our last drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Colleen's fantastic.
Yeah,
she's wonderful. And again, met her because of beer through Pink Boots. We obviously have mutual friends, but very much like us, she comes alive when it comes to all of the history and things that make beer what it is. And so, she moved there to brew, but really just took on being a true citizen there, and took us on a super duper incredible tour that was really curated to making sure we understood where we were, but more importantly, how beer shows up there. And she took us, to an area that the only working government building is the Brewers Guild. And I thought, like, of course, these are my people. And it just is interesting how beer has literally connected us to people all over the world.
It was really, really, I definitely agree that she came alive when we talked about the history and just basically can just like maneuver in that world. Because I think she spoke like 3 different languages.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Colleen's definitely a woman of the world for sure. But you bring up the history, and you have the general history. But my favorite fact that she shared was with us was Mary's, the chocolate place. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and how very much like a lot of our peers that are trying to make a foothold in an industry that people assume are not for them. This lady was able to do what she needed to do to make sure she was able to run a business selling chocolate. It's a really fascinating story.
And they are the only ones that are the official.
Chocolatier of the royal family, yeah.
Yeah. Um, that's where Ashley wanted me to hurt my
First
legs.
place I tried.
That's where she wanted me to hurt my legs. And I was thinking that I had another picture because I have so many, but that's us and Bruce. And I was thinking I think we both kind of thought this one thing as we were getting clothes and stuff to go to this trip. It was like, we should have just bought a whole bunch of coats.
Yeah. But it wasn't as cold as I was prepared for. Like being in Vegas, we don't get cold that often. And then just background, I am very much team carry on. And since we've been hanging out, Angie's slowly shifting to that side. So trying to figure out what was the least we could pack so we could rip and run freely and still be warm.
And that was what, 7 or was it 7 or 8 days that we were, might have been longer.
The whole trip was 10 days.
Okay, yeah, 10 days. So 10 days, team carry on.
Yeah.
That was a feat for me. Definitely a feat. Definitely a feat. This little guy was really funny as far as like talking about the history, how it's been stolen several times. It was in the found in the bottom of the river, and it's I forgot the name, but I just like I remember her talking about how it's always a crowd around it.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
how,
what it is, it's a little boy peeing. And it's been copied so much in so many other places. It's kind of one of the more, iconic things there in Brussels. And it's my mom, for some weird strange reason, my mom's favorite thing about that city. And so I was like, I got to go by and see my mom's boyfriend and take pictures. And he's come to find out, I didn't know until we were hanging with Colleen that he's got a sister. And so it's very much a national icon. It has an official dresser. It gets dressed up for the holidays, and just as anything else, it's the same like the Little Mermaid in Copenhagen. Her head gets chopped off from time to time, ends up at the bottom. It's just this thing to see how silly you can be and cause a scandal.
Oh no. I thought that was really cool. I guess we were walking into the LGBTQ AI plus area, and
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the Smurfs were like Brussels was where they were born and created. So there's a lot of Smurf lore here and there in the area. So I thought that was kind of cool. So let me go back. So because I'm sharing because I had so many pictures, it wouldn't let me put it on the it wouldn't let me put it how I needed to put it, so I had to do a share because I had so many pictures. So the next fun thing that I thought that we did was Bath and Barley, and that was one of Ashley's. You're the one that brought it up because
Yeah.
I remember seeing like these different beer places, beer
Your spot.
magazines, or they always talk about it like, oh, da da da. And I always put in my head, oh, if I ever go way over there, I would love to do that. And it was way back here. And then when you mentioned, I was like, oh, and then I was like, okay, well, that sounds cool. But then I thought about, oh, this is a thing that everybody, Shangri-La, when you go to Brussels, this is what you're supposed to do. So thank you for that, for putting it back into my thought process,
Of course.
my brain to
I mean, how could we not, like, two of the best things in the world, well, three really, like hanging out with your friend, sitting in a hot tub and drinking beer. Like, what better trio is there than that?
Yeah, it was I really liked just the whole concept going in, because it, like Bath and Body, I was like, I don't know if I thought it was going to be a little bit more
Like a
down
traditional spa.
home. Yeah, or just like not gritty, but just kind of no nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come into the place, it's has its plumes, and it's like, you can have all these different experiences with beer, because you get a beer with your spa. But if you want to kick it up a notch, you could do different ones. And I think I have a picture where we were taking a picture of, that's us in the spa.
So that's your own tap right there in between. Only
Yes.
thing that could separate us is the same thing that brought us together, and that's beer. Just right down the middle.
And then they also gave us fruit. But I was trying to see if I had, and that's Ashley looking sexy.
I did not authorize for this to be on YouTube.
This is the picture I'm looking for. Yeah. This picture where this is all the ladies of beer makers.
Yeah, so that combination that we're pointing to, all of the beers served in that flight are produced by females.
So you can kick it up a notch, and there's different ones that you could do. And I thought that was really cool. And I forgot Sarah, because her name, I was like, she said her name was Sarah. I was like, she doesn't look like a Sarah, but I was like, did she get a fake name? Huh?
That's racist.
No, I felt like her name was something else. When I asked, I felt like she gave me a
yeah.
Because I was like, oh, and what's your name? She's like, Sarah.
That's how people act when I tell my name's Ashlie. Maybe that's why I find it so funny. Oh, but Sarah was great.
Yeah, she was really good. She kept, she was able to get that the heat on the spot up a couple of notches where we could actually like really feel it.
Yeah.
And we had the sashes with the hops and everything that smelled really good. I like taking, in that little whirlpool. So, and then we laid
yeast in there as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then we laid in the hay.
Yeah.
And so
that sounds strange when you put it that way.
But that's what it was, hay over there, and we just
there was a bed made out of hay.
Yeah.
A way for you to cool your body down if the water was too hot. But as Angie said, ours wasn't. We were like,
mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was I really, really enjoyed doing that. And I could see, people having it a little bit longer. I could see how that could happen. So there's Ashlie looking at the beers again. Then talk about the food. What food, when you were in Brussels?
Okay.
What, other than like, I forgot this.
Are you going to ask me what my favorite thing was that I ate there?
Just overall, was there any highlights? Because I'm thinking it was. Oh no, okay, no, go ahead, because I think I do know what it is.
My favorite?
Yes.
What do you think it is? Because I guarantee you it's not that.
The falafel?
No, that was in Amsterdam.
Oh,
The so as I mentioned, I'm a very picky vegetarian. We get in the first night, can't find anything to eat. We go to the like equivalent of a 7-Eleven that has a fresh
sorry.
sitting there trying to translate to figure out what this vegetable is. But that watercress soup was amazing. I went back for it like every night.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you.
This was okay. And I'm trying to remember what it was. It was
What
like,
restaurant was that?
what was
Oh, that
the restaurant that was
was
way in the back where the lady's like,
yeah.
I'm off duty.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not working no more.
you have to tell that story. That's why you put this up here. You have to tell that
So
story.
we were this place was recommended and it was packed. And so we were in kind of in the back near, I guess, where the folks that were actually the wait staff, where they would have their breaks or getting ready to leave, and they were
We
having
were
like
close to the
their little
kitchen.
dinner. Yes.
We were close to the kitchen and they had come out of the kitchen and we're having family meal, which I that's the first time I've seen staff come and eat family service in the main dining room. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. So in as we were sitting there, we're actually looking at other people's plates and like, okay, well, what's that? And so the young lady that was serving us, she was telling us what, oh, it's such and such. Okay, no problem. Okay. Um, but then Ashley was asking again another question, and it was someone else, and said, no, off work.
No, she said, I'm finished.
Oh,
She said, I'm finished. And the whole staff that was having family meal
it
was
was like
literally at the table next.
six or eight people.
Yeah. And so I wasn't asking her to do anything for me. I just was trying to figure out what she was eating. And I was like, oh, okay, girl. All right. That was like boundaries. Get into it. Love it.
As we're done.
And it wasn't even that friendly. It was no.
No, it was not friendly. It's like, don't ask me not another thing.
Yes. Exactly.
That was funny. But this was okay. It just needed a little bit of salt.
Mm.
But I think when I got home, I had my share of potatoes.
Yeah, we had a lot of potatoes on that trip.
A lot of potatoes. Compared to Spain, where I felt like I had lost weight, I felt like I kind of like gained a little bit because the fries, which I absolutely adore, were really good. And it was like I have to have some because
Yeah.
where I'm at.
Treats were everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this next picture, I was fascinated by the train,
The trolley?
yes, the trolley.
That's Amsterdam.
Is it?
Yeah. That's Amsterdam, baby.
Foreign areas look alike to me, but I was still very fascinated. I was still very fascinated by the trams and the public transportation because they all look so tiny to me.
Yeah.
Um,
But I will say our first real taste of quasi public transportation was when we were supposed to be leaving Brussels heading to Amsterdam and there was a transportation strike.
yeah, that was, and I felt, oh my God, here we go again, because I dealt with that from my last trip, not knowing if we were gonna make it. But oddly enough, because we did get up so early, we were able to I guess, readjust and make it to the train station.
That's I
No,
love. Is that how you remember it happening? Because we couldn't get an Uber.
no, or did
We missed the first bus.
We had to go. That was the bus.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. The bus. Yes, and then we ended up getting there, and then had to rebuy my ticket. Some kind of way, it was like,
what happened was, because of the transportation strike, we couldn't get an Uber, and we were ready to leave our hotel like 2 hours ahead of when this bus was supposed to leave, and we could not get an Uber. And so they finally ended up calling us a taxi, but by the time we got a taxi to get to the bus depot, that bus had left. So we had to rebook you on a completely separate booking, because it wasn't, we really didn't think that it was going to be that bad. But Colleen tried to warn us, because she was flying back to the States the same day we were heading to Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Then, I think that was the only thing that you really got stressed about that trip.
Yeah, because it was like no, that was a train. I was about to say, when we did the train and I hit the button, I was like, and it was like, if we some kind of way, it must have been like one ticket, and we didn't realize we were both fighting for the one ticket.
Yeah.
But yeah, between getting on the bus and then that was fine when we got on the bus, but then we had
we were in the back with all the like school kids. It was crazy.
Yeah, the people that were on the bus deciding to talk really loud and just
it was like being surrounded by 12, 16, 17-year-old boys. Just imagine what that's like. And that's what we were dealing with for 4 hours on a 4-hour bus ride.
But after that, we got out, got to our, made it safely there. That was fine. And
it was funny. The hotel we booked ended up being literally 2 doors down from the last place I hung out with the special somebody I met during my first trip to Amsterdam. So very, very nostalgic for me.
It's really, I loved that area.
There's so much Rembrandt Square, where our hotel was. There's so many things in that area.
It was really, really cool. And I didn't realize, I think probably towards the end of us, traveling, that when you went to go and get your falafel, that we were missing all that area that, we finally went down the area, because that one day it was like, well, you pick which way you want to go. And if I would have just picked to the right, we would have saw all that stuff. We didn't see it to the end.
That just means we have to go back. That's all.
But I really, really, I thought that was really cool. Being in Amsterdam, being able to, I was right near Starbucks. I can go and have Starbucks every day.
And you did.
I can have my books every day. And we got to see somebody special while we were there. Shout out to Beer Quest TV, Chris, who's probably thinking that I was a crazy person, because I've been trying to get a hold of him like way when I first knew that I was going to be going out of the country. And I was just like getting crickets, and finally found out that he didn't see any of the messages. So we were able to connect. He was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like, it's okay. It's okay. But I blasted it on Facebook. I was like,
yeah, it was so funny, because when he came to pick us up, you was like, and I've never met Chris in person before. So I was like, oh, not my issue. And Andrew was trying to be all, make him feel bad about it, but it didn't last very long. And I think once I helped you by articulating what it was you wanted to see in Amsterdam, he was like, oh, bet, let's go. I think that's when you finally relax.
I want to see it now, right now.
And Angie was embarrassed to say she wanted to go to the red light district.
I was not, but I wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. And it's, yeah. I probably see something more scandalous on the streets of Dallas.
Yeah. But no, that was a good night. Chris was another phenomenal tour guide, another American that, because of their love for beer, has an entire life now in a totally foreign country. I think, how long has he been over there? What did you say, like 14 years?
Did he say that?
I think so.
Woo! I didn't realize it had been that long. I thought maybe like 5 to 6.
I could be wrong, but I feel like it's been a minute.
Okay. I have to ask him. But yeah, and Chris will always come to the States here and there because he still has family in New York. So, but it was really good seeing him, and it had been a minute. I hadn't seen him since Barrel and Flow, the last Barrel and Flow that I went to several years ago. But yeah, I was thinking I have some more stuff. There's Ashlie looking prim and proper in a little alcove, and I just loved so many bicycles.
I'm surprised you didn't try to take a day and go on a bike. I just knew you were going to ask.
Oh no. There's me and my Starbucks in the boat. And that was another thing that we did that was really fun, was the hop on, hop off bus and boat.
Yeah.
We did both of those.
And that was a crazy experience because the day that we got on the boat to ride the canals, Angie and I are about halfway through the loop, and this lady gets on the boat. She's talking. I'm like, Jesus, this lady's talking a lot. Like, what the hell is going on? And she turns around and she looks at me, and I look at her, and I'm like, and she goes, Ashlie? And I'm like, oh my God, Vanessa, somebody that I had worked with years ago that lives in Texas happened to be on a boat the same time me and Angie were on there. So that was really cool.
Yeah, and that was really great that y'all were able to catch up just a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it just shows you what a small place the world is.
Mm-hmm. And see, that usually happens to me. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that happens to. We had a good time, and that was one of my highlights.
Charlie Murphy was one of your highlights. Charlie was everywhere in Amsterdam. Everywhere.
It was so crazy. And then
that was outside the bagel shop we went to. Those bagels were really good.
Oh yeah, that was good. Especially when after I said, "Can I get a little bit more cream cheese, please, 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 please?"
He said, "You're not gonna ask cream cheese ever again in your life."
And then we went. We walked by the Heineken brewery.
Yeah, the Heineken experience. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Heineken experience, and took pictures. But then they was like, "Do you want a tour?" I was like, "Nah."
I mean, it's a cool tour. I've done it before. It's a wonderful tour. But yeah.
I was like, nah, I just want to take pictures and run and stuff. But I was like, oh, tulips, which is my favorite flower because of Germany. So I was taking pictures when I saw tulips, and you know what? I still haven't unwrapped my tulips that I bought because I've been waiting for to find a small vase to put them in. And this was another highlight.
Sorry.
So excited because that was so delicious. And Ashley almost didn't get hers.
Nope. Nope. That little girl was not trying to give me my Stroop waffle, which for those that don't know, it's like a thin waffle with like a caramel in between. And yeah, she's not trying to give me my order at all.
Did you pay? Did you pay?
I literally had my token in my hand. Poor baby.
Oh, I don't know. I'll put the same picture there. Then the highlight of the whole trip, Jamiroquai. Now, I don't know why you think that I was embarrassed, or if I thought that you thought I wasn't having a good time because
Oh, because I didn't stop. I was like a little kid. I felt like you were like the auntie that brought their niece to like Disney on Ice, and she's singing like every Disney song.
Because I know some Jamiroquai. I don't know all of it. I don't know. I'm sure I do not know the deep cuts.
Yeah.
But like when you were going to get your water, whoever the DJ was, I was going like, hey, yeah. Like everybody, the people on the side of me, on both sides, they're probably like, did she come
we
see?
Did she have some interesting neighbors that night, though? To be fair, we had some interesting neighbors.
It's like she came to see the DJ. The way she acted, I was like, he was getting it. But we got to see Jamiroquai. It was a really great show. I thought our seats were really, really good.
Yeah, they were great seats.
He changed at least 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 different hats.
Oh, but outfits too.
Oh yes, outfits too. Yes, outfits too.
Yeah, and he definitely gave it his all. He pulled an ass muscle, as he said, and it took him about 6-7 minutes to shake it out, and he went right back onto it. It's a great show. And what I loved about it was, again, it kept it interesting for me because they played, the Jamiroquai songs everybody knows. They played the deep cuts, and he even said that night, for me to continue singing the same songs, 30 years on, I have to change it up and make it fresh. And so that's what I love, because I don't know if you notice, Angie, like within the first 5 or 6 seconds, I was like, I think it's a version of this song. And it ended up being, but it sounded so different that if you weren't like a fan, you would think it was a completely new song.
That's cool. Yeah, he was good. And we was dressed, baby. We was dressed. Ashley had her fur. I had on my little fuzzy shirt on.
Don't do me like that, Angie.
We was together. We was dressed. Some people just look like they just rolled out on their bicycles.
Yes, yeah. I think that's another way we stood out that night too.
And this is like I think my favorite, this pancake. Oh, it was so good. So simplistic. It was like, you need any syrup in it? I was like, nope. Just that lemon, sugar, and the pancake. And that was
one of my favorite things is the pancakes. And I think I got the apple and cheddar one. That one was really good.
And that one was good. It was nice and savory. And that's what was my conundrum, because I was like, do I want sweet or do I want savory? And that's if I would have picked savory, I still would have been very satisfied, because yours was good.
And fantastic service at that spot.
And getting them in and out. And we got there just in time, because there was a line when we left. Yeah, so that was really good. I really enjoyed that. And train station?
Central Station, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right before we got on the boat to do the hop on, hop off.
With Angie's boyfriend.
Ashley with her mulled wine.
With your boyfriend.
So
this was a little winter village that they set up in Rembrandt Square outside of our hotel, like literally out the front of our hotel door. And they had music and everything. And Angie was like, I want to go see what Santa's they got. So we did that, and then had some mulled wine that was very tasty. Very, very tasty.
Then the culmination of Brixton, we shuffled on over.
You You gonna skip over our power outage?
What power outage?
The train, girl.
Oh, girl. I was trying to, I think I'm trying to,
Okay,
um,
okay. Let's go on. Let's go on.
no,
Let's go on to
no,
England.
no, 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 no. I was like, I totally forgot about that because, yeah, when we got on the train and the train, everything was going really, really good. And,
I think we both had kind of taken a nap. I know I had.
yeah, I was like kind of like chilling. I was listening to music. We was chilling. And then all of a sudden it was, I was like, let me, what? And I was like, yeah. And then we stopped.
We were sitting for 2 hours waiting for the train to get power
To
back.
move. So yeah. And I was like, is this like the bus? Is this what we're like, oh no. And I was thinking, oh no, we're not gonna we're gonna miss something. It was like because
We were a day
we were
behind.
already behind.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were supposed to take the train the night before, but again, because of the transportation worker strikes in Belgium, it impacted what was going on in the Netherlands, and so got an email saying your train's been canceled, but you can leave at 6 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, we were a little delayed. And you're right, it cut our time in London, but I think it worked out perfectly, which I'm sure we're getting ready to talk about.
Yeah. So we did make it. We made our way. So Brixton was the highlight as far as like what we were going to kind of do was to go to see Harlem Brewery, Celeste's space, and for me to learn more about the culture of Brixton and what it means, and how they are sister cities, and just learning about that was really, really interesting. Um, and met some really amazing people.
We were there like 2 days, and I felt like we had lived there our entire life. They were like, "Are you sure you don't want to move here?" I was like, "Ah, that's a bit of a long commute," but just instantly felt like we had been there forever.
Yeah, because we went and it was like, oh, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back. And we did. And I don't think, you know, I don't know if they really believed us that
Mhm.
we were kind of
Serious.
enamored by it,
Yeah.
by being in that space.
Yeah.
But it's not that.
Everybody we met in Brixton was lovely, and I think it really started with where we had Thanksgiving dinner at.
Mm-hmm. And that is in here. That is in here because that was uh really, really fun because I needed some fish and chips. Desperate for some fish and chips. So for Thanksgiving dinner, that's what I had. I don't know if I took a picture. Yes, I did. Okay. And there's Ashley's food as well.
Thanksgiving feast, pickles and
Yes.
fries.
Yes. And what was that? Not that wasn't chutney, but it was some
Curry
kind of
sauce.
curry sauce.
Yeah.
He was like, "You want something?" I said, "No. All I need is a little squeeze of lemon." He said, oh, so you for real?" I said, "Yeah. No frills, no extra. If I need all that extra, that means you didn't do it right." As far as that's how I feel about fish and chips.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
And
some vinegar, maybe.
the place that we went to, Fish House, I believe, yes, Fish House. They are like one of the top fish and chip shops in all of the UK, and just a lovely, lovely, beautiful couple that run it. He's like for sure the neighborhood grandpa, uncle. So like kids were coming in, getting out of school, coming in, saying hi to him, and you could just again tying it back to the passion that we see in the craft community. You can tell they care about the product they put out. They care about getting to know their customers, and it just like I could have stayed there all day. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you tell the end of the story with that couple.
So, had our meal, and he was like, "Do you want me to box it up?" I was like, "Yes." We took our stuff to go, and left. We went over to
Brixton
Brixton
Village.
Village, and then I don't know what we were doing, but I was like, I don't have my book. I just bought this expensive book from this area, from this little area. I need to get this book, and I was like, oh my gosh! And it had already gotten late, so I actually called them and said and so he was saying that I was trying to get a hold of you, but y'all had disappeared when y'all went out the door. Y'all disappeared. So they were so kind, and even though the host that the the host that was hosting us, as far as like, because we actually went to dinner, I was like, ooh, I don't know if this time if
We
it was
left
kind
there
of
probably
short.
around like 6 and didn't go back to get that book till after 10 p.m.
Yes.
And Angie was not interested in nothing else going on but going to get her book. And our host for the evening was like, just call him, just call him, just call him.
I was like,
Folks was
I was like,
tired,
I
ready to go
did.
home, but they was
I said,
waiting
but
at the door with her book.
I need this book. This is a signed copy because I went to this particular bookstore and I said I wanted a book that is centered, that is English, that's very English. And so she gave me this, and so I just got a hold of this book and it's signed. I don't know when I don't know. At the time I was like, I was kind of loopy. I was like, I hope that that's where I left it at, because that's how goofy I felt, at the time. I was thinking like, oh, I hope I left it there and not somewhere else, but it was there. And by the time that we got there, they had already closed their blinds.
Yeah.
And so they lifted them up and they were talking to me and saying, how they were trying to get a hold of us, and they didn't recognize the number, and it was a long, international number. So he was like, I'm not going to pick it up.
It was a whole adventure.
It was funny, but they were so sweet. They were so incredibly sweet.
And if we hadn't gone to get your book in Cecil Court, which is this little stretch in London that's known for bookstores, it was actually the young lady that checked you out that recommended we go to Fish House in the first place.
Yes. So that was really nice. I really enjoyed that experience, and that was still right there in walking distance to Brixton Village. And Brixton Village was amazing.
Everything.
Just going, just, I guess overall, just being able to see those different shops and being that kind of home ecosystem.
You felt right at home as soon as you got off the tube, before you even went above ground. You're just the sound, like the first thing you hear is somebody playing reggae music in the train station, and you've got Electric Avenue around the corner, and first place we hit up was like the equivalent of the 99-cent only store. So we were in heaven. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is home. We're good. Mm-hmm. We're good.
So that was really, I loved going to Brixton, and
just so much history and displayed in a way that was very accessible all throughout the city.
So one of the things that I thought was really cool was that, Brixton and Harlem are sister cities. And I know that my desire for February is to delve even deeper into the history of Brixton and Harlem and how they meet. But I could see why that was one of the reasons why Celeste wanted to do this type of collaboration with having Harlem Brewing in Brixton, and just highlighting the culture. Just highlighting the culture. So Brixton, to give y'all an idea of Brixton Village, it was, the different stores and different shops that are people of color, from fresh market, photography, clothing, books, food. Oh my gosh, the food.
Yeah, it was incredible.
It was everything. And you could, you saw these different walks of life and these different people uh, in this place. And one of the murals that I think probably people should probably first kind of look at is the mural that has a wind rush and the year. That's like one of the things that I was saying when I was leaving, but I was like, I knew this correlation because of Robin, uh,
Mm-hmm.
about when, that little bit that I know about Windrush,
Mm-hmm.
and how the Caribbean elements that have been bestowed to make Brixton, and also the people of, the people that are already there that live in London.
Yeah.
So,
And
um,
and again, going back to a through line of what's deepened our relationship and sisterhood, and the reason for our travels is that blue-eyed soul. And somebody just had a birthday yesterday, who to me was my first introduction to blue-eyed soul, which is Mr. David Bowie, rest in peace. And he was born in Brixton. So good things come out of Brixton.
yes. Well, one of the good things that what we got to be privy to was this Brixton liquor that's being made, and it is a rum.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It was a rum. Okay, I'm trying to remember. It was a rum, and Harry. Oh, I'm gonna say his name wrong.
Gerald.
Gerald is the maker of that, but I'm trying to think of the
Oh,
Haramish.
the distiller.
No, no, no. In the background.
Oh,
In
Haman.
okay, how am I? Uh, smiling in the background. Uh,
That was our host. That was
yes,
the official mayor of Brixton. Wonderful
yes.
guy all the way around.
He was really great, and I loved that. And we got a chance to taste the rum and also taste it in. He made cocktails as well.
But when you say he, this is not the
Not
person in the picture.
no
Yeah.
no not the person in the picture. I'm about to think. I'm gonna see if I can get to it. Oh, here we go. That's smelling the one of the
It was
components
an
of the
ingredient that
rum.
they had brought back from, I think, Ghana, that they were incorporating into their rum. And you can see their small distillery right there, which, Angie, do you want to talk a little? I don't know if you're planning on talking about that and where it's based.
Um, the distillery?
Mhm.
No, I can't even remember. I think I don't forgot.
It was in the co-working space.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean. I thought you meant like the original, like where this
Oh,
product
no,
comes
no, 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 no,
from.
no,
Okay,
no, no.
because I was like, I don't know.
Literally the distillery in the picture.
No, so I was hoping I'd see his. Oh, there you go. There's the person that makes Brookston. So he also has this co-working space of different spaces for us, like architects, people, just arts, everything. Um, Really a massive space, because he
Yeah.
took us in different rooms. I was like, wow, this is really interesting. And basically, you can rent a little area if you want to come and do some work and and kind of vibe out, because
I
that's
think
what
that's a
basically they were
guarantee.
doing, because it was after hours, so people were kind of like hanging out. Um, this was his space, and they rent it out. But at the back is a distillery where we were at, where you can see us right now. We were at the distillery area, and they had actually had run out of the rum, and they were making a new batch, and they were trying to kind of formulate to make it either exactly the same or even a little bit better of a batch than what they had done previously. Um, and I don't know why I don't have the distillers. I didn't have it in here, but he was really really a cool guy to talk
He's
to.
actually brewing at Super Cute. I think it
Yes,
was on Super Cute, yeah.
yes. Yeah.
The
So,
fun thing about that day for me was they were having their community holiday party. So they
mhm.
have up to 400 members that have access to this co-working space, and they were all in there like making decorations from hand and ornaments and all types of stuff, and like super duper hospitable. Shout out to Lorraine, our new bestie from the UK. She was just lovely, doing
Yes.
amazing work supporting women there in the UK.
Yeah, that was really cool. I love that. I'm trying to let me see if I can go back. Sorry. So this is one of the reasons why we were there for Harlem.
It was the reason we were there.
It's yes, it is the main reason why we were there. Because
Yeah.
my brain was thinking, I was like, oh, I'm gonna see Celeste and da 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 da. And like Celeste has so many things. She can multitask. That's
Yeah.
one thing that woman can do. And so she's like, I got this going on, and then I'm doing other stuff. So I really think that this space has potential to be massively big, and with always having lots and lots of people, because it was
It was
people were
packed.
there. Yeah, people definitely were there, and I think the more people know about it, I think it's like locals know about it, but then hey, I just happen to be just like us. I just happen to be in London. Oh, well, do you want some craft beer? Make sure you stop. This should be a tourist attraction.
Yeah. Definitely a destination. And
Mhm.
whether you plan on going to Brixton or not, like don't miss Brixton Village. And this definitely is one of the highlights of Brixton Village.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. And then we went to Super. I don't
You
know
go
why
over
why
my
are you looking like this. We were at we were at Super Cute because our host was so wonderful. He fed us, and then he took us everywhere and almost did everything but kiss us on the forehead and put us on the train. He was so great.
Yeah, yeah.
He
We,
was
we
so
we got a VIP after hours tour of Super Cute, his brewery where Celeste beer is being brewed at in the UK.
Yeah. And then this is where I got my book at. No, yeah, I guess I did. I did buy a book here. Word on the
Oh, you
Water.
did, yeah, not that one. Mhm.
Yeah. We went to heard about this place where you could it was a bookstore that literally is on the water. That is a boat, and that's
Mhm.
a bookstore. And it was really, really, really cool. And then did we actually get off and go to Piccadilly? Did we go to Piccadilly Circus?
We did.
Okay, that's where we went and had that. What was that food that you had that was so good? It was
Had good food in
it was
London?
no, it was like a with the little
Oh, yes, the market. Yeah,
the
there
mark.
was an amazing market outside of the train station, and God, we had good food that day at that
Yeah.
market. Like amazing and cheese and chive rolls. I think I had like oh, you had your first bhaji,
Mm-hmm.
you had a little Indian food treat and just all types of stuff. Yes. Hmm.
Yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. That was fun. Now I could watch around for that a long time ago, and for a long time. And then we took these pictures in
You have
telephone booth,
to.
which
Iconic when you're in
was
London.
it worth? Okay, so was it worth it? Because it was like,
No, no, that was probably the pissiest telephone booth I've ever smelled in my life. I couldn't. I was like, hurry up and take the picture, Angie. Take the picture, Angie.
I was like,
But
what are we doing?
if you don't take a picture there or in front of Harrods or in front of Buckingham Palace, then were you really in London?
Right. Yep. And that's us back at at
Harlem.
Harlem Brewery. Let's see. And I think that's one of the cocktails that we had. It was really good, and
Girl
when we were
Throne.
in Brixton, and all smiles. So I think we were. I don't know if I was tipsy or not.
No, you weren't.
Okay, good, good. He was
I wish you did all that work.
mixing and shaking and stuff. And then he took us on a tour to the liquor shop, the liquor club.
That's where
Where
Andy's husband was.
we were having a good conversation. Like I literally should have started taping him because he was telling me all about Brixton. Um, so
And he
I
was a
guess
nice looking gentleman.
he was, but they were both married. I think. I think.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that deep into it. I just saw you were having a really, really engaging conversation. So I said, all right, let me talk to his friend.
Yeah, he
And
just oh,
and the girls that we were with thought they had to come to our rescue. They thought we were like just too polite and felt like we had to keep talking, but we were having legit conversations with these gentlemen.
Yes. And I think probably like, oh, you're American, you know, and you start having this conversation. It's like, have you seen this? And like, oh yeah. So it was nice. It was
the main attraction about the liquor club is that they featured a lot of Black owned brands.
Yes.
Brands from the diaspora.
And I thought that was really cool. And they was having cocktails in there. So yeah. Then we go home
for like a week.
And go to New Orleans. Run up to New Orleans. So this is what I've been talking about as far as doing the panel. And I did a panel with some great people. We did multiculturalism on tap. And they did a phenomenal job as far as speaking and sharing their stories. I really, 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 really appreciate them that they were able to get in there and talk to people, that would not normally hear their side of how being multicultural is impactful, how it could be beneficial to any tap room. So I thought that was really great. And
look at little cute Shalonda. I adore her. That was the highlight of that trip for me, was getting to spend time with her. In CBP, our Craft Beer Professionals Connects, I call it Beer Summer Camp. And Andrew puts it on twice a year. And this was your second CBP?
Yes.
Yeah. I love it. It really is like Beer Summer Camp, down to like the arts and crafts activities. And it's one of my favorite beer conferences to go to, for sure. Mm-hmm. And so it was cool to see that in a historically diverse, historically African-American centric city, and seeing how they were able to bring that in. That was wonderful.
Yeah. And that's all of us. It was a pretty nice, pretty big group. Then afterwards, we were able to snag some freebie tickets to go and taste another rum. That was a rum too.
Yeah.
And I use that bag almost every day. That bag comes in so clutch.
And that incense holder we got, and I've worn that T-shirt and gotten a lot of compliments on it.
So yeah, I've loved it.
Rum, right? I think it was Belizean. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Kapali. And the cacao rum was my shit.
It was really
good. I loved it. And we also had John with Cajun Fire. He was being our host, hospitable person that was making sure that you good, everything's all right. So
and that's how we found out about this event, was through John.
Yes. So we really appreciate him doing that for us, giving us a heads up on that. But I really
I don't know if you have a picture of it, but that coquito we had afterwards was delicious.
I have it. I think because I had so many pictures, I think I skipped it. I skipped it. But yeah, that I'm whenever that cacao rum comes out, because it's Texas is supposed to be one of the places that they're supposed to start out at. I would like to have it in my little arsenal. Then we have I think one of our last pictures. We ended up the evening in Abita, and I think
if you know anything about beer in Louisiana, Abita is going to be the first thing that comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Special place to be.
And we ended up having the oddest 30 minutes of New Orleans that I can never imagine. That was a waste of time. And then we went to our hotel.
I can't believe you just said that. But yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So yeah, it was like I think I had to get up at daybreak because my flight was so early.
You snuck out that hotel room like you wasn't supposed to be there.
I want to be quiet. I was like,
she didn't even say bye, y'all. She just
was asleep
like a thief in the night.
She was asleep. Why would I wake you up to say I'm gone?
So I know where you are.
All right. You the one that's don't like to wake up early.
Oh, but I could turn over and go back to sleep real quick. No problem.
Oh, okay. I'll remember the next time. Well,
so overall, out of all of our travels this year, what was the highlight for you?
It's so hard. I guess I'm still gonna say Mexico City.
Okay.
I'm still gonna say Mexico City. Even though I loved Bruges, it's like real like so close. Yeah. So close.
I think for me, without a shadow of a doubt, Brixton. Mm-hmm. Like I can't wait to get back to Brixton. Just the energy, literally walking to the tube station. It felt like I was like, all right, I'll be back. Like I'm just getting on the train to go into the city and do whatever. But this is really where I belong, and I can't wait to go back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this has been such a wonderful extended version of Being Black and Craft.
Yeah, but the people deserve it. You know, I've been waiting years to come on Being Black and Craft, so I'm gonna, make the most of it.
Wow.
It's true. But that's okay. I think it's good for us to talk about what we do because yes, we have the professional passion side of us, but just the fact that we are able to really just enjoy each other's company, both being technically only children, and we'll just leave it at that. Mm-hmm. Really having grown in sisterhood over this year and being able to support each other in some fantastic moments and some really shitty moments. So I'm excited to see what this year has in store for us. I'll be seeing you again in a couple of weeks in New Orleans.
Right.
So looking forward to that.
Hopefully so, because I just saw that when I'm supposed to be going to New Orleans, it's supposed to snow here.
Oh, well, we'll see how it goes.
Insane. Yeah, so
it's supposed to freeze here in Vegas tonight. So we're supposed, yeah. And then I told you my power got knocked out yesterday, so it's just weather's been crazy here. Yeah,
it's crazy, but yeah, I look forward to what's in store for the future for 2026. There's got to be some upbeat moments, some good times that are meant to be had, and successes that are going to be gained. So yeah. Okay. Well, that was it. Thank you so much for joining us for Being Black and Craft, where we don't apologize for recognizing our influence on craft beer. And we will see y'all later.